What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with another Rogue deck video. Today is one we're revisiting that we haven't played in a little bit. People seem to like, and I honestly think it's a pretty good deck to play right now. And it's going to be the Future Box deck, led at the forefront by the single prize Miraidon with Peak Acceleration to accelerate 2 basic energy cards from your deck to your future Pokemon in any way you like, and then shuffle your deck. So we're going to have a couple partners for this guy in the back end. The Iron Bundle sadly is not one of them. I totally was considering getting a 1 water energy in here, just because the refrigerated steam attack honestly is not that bad at all, but I was like, yeah, you know what, the people are dealing with Maractus, there's a lot of switch outs, so we're not going to do it. The 2 attackers we got prepped are obviously the famous Iron Hands EX, with the Ampy very much attack you to 120 damage, and if you knock out your opponent's Pokemon in this way, you take 1 more prize card. Now we could boost that damage an insane amount by using a Future Booster Energy Capsule to get it up to 140, as well as the Iron Crown, which is our other backup attacker. Iron Crown has the ability that says attacks used by a future Pokemon except Iron Crown do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So we can get like, you know, 2 to 3 Iron Crowns on the bench. We could get a Future Booster Energy Capsule. If we got 2 Iron Crowns, Future Booster Energy Capsule, we're doing 6 more. We're swinging 180, which is a KO on our opponent's Mew EX for 3 prize cards. As well as, you know, if we get a third one down, then we're swinging 200, and then that opens up another door, you know, to take a couple extra prize cards on different sets of Pokemon. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of the whole point of this deck is just use Miraidon, set up Iron Hands. We're playing 4 Generator, a ton of Electric Energy, and I'm just going to try to beef my way through 3 matches with Iron Hands in a bit of a different way that we haven't seen in a little bit. And if, you know, we're worried about something like Ethan's Ho-Oh box, maybe, you know, Ampy very much is not getting the job done, well, that's okay. We got Arm Press, and Arm Press definitely swings for enough to KO, you know, the big basic Pokemon that we all can think of, such as Ethan's Ho-Oh, you know, the different Ogre Pawns, Raging Bolt. Like, we could go toe-to-toe with those decks with Arm Press, and we've got a great single prize attacker that we could still boost the damage of with Future Booster Energy Capsule and Iron Crown, so we could take KOs on our opponent's single prize stretch, such as the single prize attackers in the Raging Bolt deck, early game against Gardevoir, against Dragapult. You know, it's very easy to take down Badoos. We don't even need any damage acceleration. We just have, or damage modifier, excuse me, we just have base 40, which is enough to KO that little guy. Then we got the Heavy Baton, so if we put that on Iron Hands, when Iron Hands is KO'd, Heavy Baton allows us to move 3 energy from that Pokemon when it's KO'd by damage from an attack to one of our benched Pokemon, so we can keep looping Iron Hands this way if our generators are failing us a little bit. So it's kind of a solid out. For the consistency, we got 1 copy of Mew EX, which honestly is not a bad Pokemon if we need to set up a genome hacking, could copy very clutch attack and get us a big KO. Then we got 1 Iron Bundle, 4 Boss's Orders for our gusting cards, as well as Prime Catcher. This is a turbo deck. We're playing an insanely high amount of gust. And then we've also got 4 Professor's Research, 3 Arven for consistency. Since the only Pokemon in our deck that is not a future Pokemon is Mew EX, we're going to rely on Natural Draw to get this little buddy out. And for the most part, we're just going to use Techno Radar to discard a card from our hand, take 2 future Pokemon, and then put them into our hand. Which then allows us to play them, get Iron Crowns, Miraidon Hands, even our bundle out pretty easily. Like I said, Generator is going to be here for the energy acceleration. Pokégear is going to be here to allow us to dig out our amazing supporter cards to get us through the game. And then we've got a light recovery, just 1 Super Rod, which honestly is really just there for energy. This is a turbo deck. I'm not worried about recovering cards. I'm worried about running you over. And then we got 1 Switch and 2 Town Stores, which is really the only other card I didn't cover. Town Stores get us the Future Booster Energy Capsules, good stadium bumps if our opponent is playing Pokemon League Headquarters or Jamming Tower or something like that. And yeah, we don't need an insane amount of switches because, I mean, for the most part, we've got Free Retreat on anything we really need, except for Mew EX, which naturally has Free Retreat, so that kind of works in our favor. So the 1 switch is really just there in case we have to deal with something like Maractus or a Nacli in a control deck. You know, we got a manual way out if we absolutely need to. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the Future Box. So, you know, I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know a lot of people seem to be fans of this deck. I think it's a solid deck. It's always been one that's a little harder for me to just play. I don't know why. It just sometimes doesn't click in my head, but I'm super excited playing it today. I think it's honestly in a decent spot right now. I think it could be worth potentially taking out of the bulk bins and maybe taking to a local tournament and testing this theory, because I don't know, I'm looking forward to it today. But yeah, I mean, before we hop into today's video, just wanted to remind everyone that we got the Battle VIPs podcast channel, and we, at the time this video goes up, should have a massive episode released by my buddy Avery and I. We were talking about all of the updates Pokemon announced for the next season, such as the regional updates, the turn ending updates, the championship point differences, the placement differences, like all of that amazing stuff. It is definitely a heated episode. We had a lot to talk about and get off our chest and covered. Make sure you go check on the Battle VIP's YouTube and Spotify channels. Show them some love. Go subscribe. Go check out the other videos done by the Draw Pass TCG guys, such as Chef Husky with his hater guides to some of the most popular decks in the format that are hilarious and doing pretty well. They're just fun little shorts to go watch, so go check those out too. And yeah, before we hop into today's video, just one more small update. We got the TCG Player affiliate link in the description down below. So if you're going to TCG Player to order any singles decks or deck accessories, make sure you hop on over to TCG Player via my link in the description down below. Just clicking on the link and doing absolutely nothing else other than going about your business and ordering stuff within 48 hours supports the channel in a huge way. So thank you so much to everyone who's been doing that. And with that being said, let's hop on over to today's video and see how well Future Box can do in our current format. Welcome to match number 1. As far as opening hands go, I mean, it's really hard to complain about this. I got the energy to get off the peak acceleration attack. I got 2 Techno Radars to get me a big bench, and I got an Iron Hands, which is going to be a good attacker when you're up against a Raging Bolt deck, such as this one. They're going to get the Grass and Electric Energy out from their deck. I'm curious if this is the build that's got no Owls, and it's just, you know, the old school or playing Raging Bolt, just with Raging Bolt, Sadas, Ogerpons. Personally, I love that build so much more. I've been standing on that build for a long time now. It is going to be the Fan Rotom build, which is absolutely fine. You know, if it was the pure Raging Bolt build, we would be going in with Arm Press a little bit more. Now that we know there's Owls, we could lean on the Ampy very much play a little bit, just because we know we can amp any of these single prize Pokemon, especially because they're all electric weak. So, you know, if I wasn't worried about them getting KO'd, now I'm definitely not worried about them getting KO'd. And yeah, I mean, we could take 2 prize cards. I think this is totally a deck we could 2-4-6 kind of nicely. I am going to be going on an odd prize more likely than not with this peak acceleration. Who are they going to put in the active? You know, there is a world where it actually might be better. No, they can't attack this turn. They're going first. I was going to say, do I ever just damage this Raging Bolt? I don't actually think I do. They go Jamming Tower. That's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I think we're okay, right? What do I do here? I mean, we got Town Store, okay, so we could actually bump. And we could go Peak Accelerate. We could go Iron Bundle, potentially. Let me start with the Techno Radar. We're going to get rid of the energy. And we're going to take out double Iron Crown, so I'm swinging for 80. And then what I think I like the most is, I mean, we definitely need a bench Iron Hands. Do I play another Techno Radar? I could get up to 120 plus Future Booster Energy Capsule would be a KO on my opponent's Raging Bolt, which is actually, like, not bad. I'd have to get rid of Town Store for that, though. But am I that worried about something like that? You know, I could actually just get rid of another tool here, too. I'd played that before I even said it out loud. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud now. If I went Techno Radar, because right now we're swinging for 80 damage. Now we're swinging for 100 damage. I need to get up to 140. So if I go Techno Radar, get rid of this guy, and then take out, oh my gosh, we prized. Alright, that's awkward. We'll take the Iron Bundle. I'll bundle them. Okay, yeah, we totally should have thought about that before I did anything there. Whatever. Builds character. Just a little early morning misplay for you guys. You can tell that it's before 7 a.m. at the time of this recording. Now I'm playing here. We're going to go Hyper Blower. We are going to bring a Pokemon to the active spot. They're going to give me Fan Rotom, which, I mean, as a KO, I'm perfectly comfortable taking because I can go Peak Acceleration for 120 damage, take a prize card in a much needed dead hand since there's nothing here, and grab 2 energy to just smack down on an Iron Hands. Now if I can get an Electric Energy, which the chances are pretty good in a deck like this, we play a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of ways to find it, and we get 1 out of the prizes. If nothing else, I got Arm Press. And right now, base Arm Press is swinging plus 60, 220 damage. And if I take a Future Booster Energy Capsule out of the deck with this Town Store right here, I mean, boom, that's immediately 220. That's a KO on Latias. That's a KO on Sealmask Ogerpon. I mean, we're just short on a Raging Bolt KO, and we do have an Iron Crown prize because I did not check because I don't really have a good reason. It's too early in the morning, and they're going to go Prime Catcher. Okay. I mean, do they bring up, like, the Iron Hands or something? I don't know. Maybe, because they go Slitherwings. Oh, yeah, they bring up the Iron Hands. They've got Sada in hand, don't they? Eesh. Alright, that's a little annoying, to be fair. Because they took Prime Catcher, Nest Ball. Yeah, you got the Sada, you got the Fighting Energy in the discard, so it tells me you got another Fighting Energy in your hand, which you could attach to the Slither Wings. No, you got Pheasantipity. Ah, no, you just have it before the Fez. Okay. Now this is annoying. This is a pretty hard workaround. We might be seeing why one of these turbo decks is the best turbo deck in the format, and the other one is a rogue deck that I had a fun idea of, you know, making a video on. It just... it's hard to do something about this. They are going to take the first 2 prize KO, which we can definitely make a comeback from. We'll have a pretty easy time KOing the Slitherwings on the return hit, especially since they're going to do 90 damage to themselves, which works out for me because I didn't even check if my Iron Crowns are in the deck. So, you know, as annoying as that is, I mean... hey, it happens. Welcome to the TCG. This is GinJTCG, the king of misplays. And we are going to get it on over to our turn. We're going to top deck a Techno Radar. Honestly, a pretty good top deck here. Because I can Town Store and I can just, I think, get rid of another Future Booster Energy Capsule. I like the idea of Heavy Baton. We could still have a bit of value for that in the next couple turns. And I really do need to get a couple Pokemon down just to make sure I've got options to take a KO, right? So what I'm thinking, we bring up Iron Hands, I smack an energy down on one of them, and then I peak acceleration to this guy in case I need to go for, you know, a manual setup here, something like that. I don't know, this feels best. And then we'll get a card out of the prizes. Obviously going to be research, great, because I totally know I prized the research, and it's obviously prize card number 5 every time. Generator, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. That's a good card. That's the same thing. I need energy out of this anyways. They got the Raging Bolt. It's going to be hard to take a super meaningful KO with the single prize Raging Bolt. They are going to need a retreat play, which they do have with Latias. They're going to need the single prize, or the Raging Bolt EX, excuse me. Raging Bolt EX plus... I mean, they have enough energy on board, plus a Gusting card to take out the Iron Hands with 3 energy. They do get access to Pheasantipity, which, I mean, I would love to see my Mew EX. And they got Area 0 under depth, so we lose the Town Store. So that Heavy Baton I was really excited to get down. Well, I'm going to do absolutely nothing with that thing now because it's sitting in my deck somewhere, and the chances of me drawing out of it are, you know what, not the lowest. There's a bunch of Arvens, bunch of research, bunch of cards I could draw into. They're going to get another Teal Mask Ogre Pond down, but I have not seen the Raging Bolt EX, which is the card I'm super scared of here. I don't think their single prize Raging Bolt is going to be able to swing for KO on anything but Miraidon, just because it doesn't have an insane amount of energy attached to it. If you're unfamiliar, unlike the Raging Bolt EX, which could get rid of any energy from the board, this one needs all the energy attached to this guy and does 30 damage for each, kind of anywhere my opponent needs. So right now they got a base swing for 90. No, actually, I didn't even see. They just benched the Raging Bolt EX. Okay, yeah, if they got a Gusting card, Counter Catcher won't work. They already used the Prime Catcher. If they got like a Pokemon Catcher KO with the Raging Bolt EX, that would be devastating. But no, they accelerate the energy to the single prize Pokemon, so they can swing for 60 damage, 90 damage, which still, unless I'm going insane, is not KO. Oh, what? Hold up. Why did they do more 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon? For each energy attached, 369. What? What? Excuse me? Alright, yeah, I mean, I guess we go here and we just... This doesn't feel great. I drew another Electric Generator, of course I did. You know, whatever. Hold up. Why did they... 130 damage. Oh my god, they used Dragon Headbutt, not Thunderbolt Storm. Duh, good job, Chris. Alright, this feels pretty bad, because I top-decked a Generator and I missed the first one. Oh my lord, yeah, it's going to be a beatdown on this match, that's for sure. I whiffed both of them. Oh my gosh. Well, this is bad news, Bears. I mean, I have no words. Welcome to Future Box. Maybe this is why the people don't believe in playing it right now. We get an energy out of the prize cards. I would have loved to get an energy there. If I could have got top decked an energy and just amped you very much, like, we were 100% fine to finish this game out. But because I whiffed that, both of those generators, especially in literally the worst way possible, and I whiffed an energy or research, I mean, I don't think I've played a single supporter this game. Am I wrong? Did I play one in the first turn? No, I had the 2 Techno Radars, but yeah, they took their turn. No, I have not seen a single supporter this game. It was bad. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. We're going to check the last turn. Nothing. Okay, yeah, so this is just all types of bad news bears for us. My opponent's hand is massive. I'm going to chalk up the match 1 loss due to the world's worst brick, but the fact that we've made it this far with legitimately 0 supporters, I think says a lot about the deck. Dude, I play 4 Research, 3 Arven, and 4 Pokégear. There should be no reason I have not found a supporter yet. Brutal. Okay, hey, I mean, it happens. I don't know how we get through this. I mean, they get rid of all the energy on the Ogre Pond. They keep the Raging Bolt set up for sure, right? No, you get rid of all the energy on the Raging Bolt. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm missing the part where I take a KO here. I'm going to promote Iron Crown just because I'm going to need the luck of all the generators, and I'm going to need a research here. If I get anything else, boss's orders, that does nothing for me. Yeah, all right, well, that's going to be match number 1. I apologize that it wasn't too epic. I'd say the lack of supporters, except for this guy, kind of did it. I'm going to hop into match number 2 and see if we could turn our luck around with the Future Box deck. Welcome to match number 2. I seem to be in just about the same spot as last match. Boss might be the only supporter I find in this video. I'm convinced at this point. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm not gonna sit here and try to dig through 50 matches, you know, for the right time Future Hands pops off. If it's the wrong time to play this deck, maybe my build is off. I feel like my build is about as stock as Future Box decks get. And I was looking at the format, I'm like, you know what, I don't know, it feels like a fun time for Ampy very much to start abusing things, and my opponent is playing the Badoo, which, I mean, hey, that's annoying. They're going to put me under item lock pressure, and that is going to be devastating. And they get the Spike Myth Gym down. I mean, at least, I don't even know how I get out of this one pretty quick. We've got a lot of abilities they can take advantage of, and Marty's Grimmsnarl, that's going to be pretty hard, assuming they get the Frostlass out. They do have the double Impidimp out. If I could somehow set up Twin Shuttles, you know, take out the Impidimps before they fully evolve into Grimmsnarls, that would be awesome. If not, honestly, you know what, that's fine here. I'm going to attach, no, I'm not going to attach the energy. I'm just going to research, see if I get Future Booster Energy Capsule, Miraidon, and then I'll go off my free retreat setup. I want to attach to Miraidon. Is not totally going to get me there, but it's a more playable hand than before. Definitely going to bump the stadium here. We're definitely going to need that Future Booster Energy Capsule to retreat, assuming they don't just have Rare Candy. You know what? There is a chance that they might just have Rare Candy Grimmsnarl, and this guy's going to get KO'd. We're going to fall down a little bit, so I'm just going to put this Future Booster Energy Capsule here just because it feels a little bit safer, and then I can pass for turn. If they have it, if they have Rare Candy Grimmsnarl, we're going to get out of item lock, which means I can play Super Rod and Electric Generator. I could Pokégear, hopefully hit an Arven, get Techno Radar out, and I could try to go for an Iron Hands play. If they don't have it, I am just going to sit under item lock, and I think they go Iono. I was going to say I hate to research away the Rod, especially when I know there's 3 Electric Energy sitting in the discard pile. That Iono makes me feel infinitely better. And I get Future Boost Energy Capsule Miraidon, so I've got my setup now. If they still just sit under what do you call it, the item lock one more turn, gonna take the KO with Miraidon, I'm not gonna be able to set up the Iron Hands immediately, which is a shame, but I mean, hey, not the end of the world. I could go boss on, could I go boss? I might be able to go boss. I'm not sure. We got 2 Psychic Energy on the Iron Crown, which is a little annoying, just because there is a world where I could set up another Miraidon and go Sparking Strike, but I do need that Psychic Energy there. So how do I want to do this? I am swinging for how much damage? If we attach this here, retreat, we should be swinging for 80 damage, if I'm not mistaken, which is a boss KO on a Impidimp here, right? And then I could even, you know what? I mean, what's the end of the world if I set up another single prize Miraidon? I don't have to attach a lot of energy to it. I could just take out the one bench space to, you know what? Actually, Iron Bundle I like a little bit more. And then I could just take 1 energy out of the deck and set up the Iron Crown. I'm under item lock, so I don't think there's a need for me to go Arven for Techno Radar or anything like that. So let's just go boss's orders, man. You can keep your Badoo. Keep me under item lock. Whatever. I'm going to KO this guy. And that feels pretty awesome. And then I could take 2 energy to attach to my future Pokemon. I'm just going to take the 1 to set up Iron Crown. We definitely need to get some more energy in the deck. That was 4 energy, not nearly enough. There actually should be a ton of it. Wait, I've got 4 energy in the deck, was that? And then 1, 2, 5 energy in play, 2 in my hand is, what do you call it, 7 plus 4, 11. I should have 2 more electric energy in the deck. That's going to make my chances of hitting these generators way lower than it should be when they get the Monkey Dory down. But they only have 1 Frost Ice down, which, I mean, that could be pretty relevant. They manual attach there. Again, they could still have Rare Candy, Grimmsnarl this turn. Definitely something we need to watch out for. If they KO the Miraidon, that's scary. But, I mean, the 1 Frost Ice is something we could totally work around, to be fair. Shaman's going to be a little annoying. But I've got a KO on Badoo, so I'm actually going to go up 2 prize cards, and that's all my opponent does, which is, you know what, that's fine enough by me. Do I go Iron Bundle here? Honestly, I'm not opposed to it, right? Because if I go Iron Bundle, I'm swinging for 80 damage. This guy's 100 HP. But I could play the Arven, go for a Future Booster Energy Capsule if they promote this guy, so I do 100 damage. And I would KO this guy, I would KO this guy. Or you know what? Actually, let's rip an Iron Bundle. I feel like that's probably the best route for us. We're going to see what my opponent gives us. Monkey Dory is the thing they have to give us that I might not be able to KO unless I get the Future Booster Energy Capsule. They give me Shaman. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's even better. Now I can totally go Iron Ground next turn and try to set up some more damage. I mean, this feels pretty good. And then I'll keep the Arven as well. You can put me under item lock again. That's fine. I think we just swing for 80, go Peak Acceleration, and take 2 prize cards before my opponent takes 2 prize cards. And then I don't want any of these energy out. I have not set up an Iron hands yet at all, and I definitely need to do that. But, I mean, that has not been in my favor. This is not a hand I could research away. I've got too many energy in my hand. I'm going to either need to Iono. I ideally just Peak Acceleration. I can manual attach these energies and feel a little bit more comfortable researching them away. We're up 2 prize cards, and I've got plenty of Boss's Orders and stuff left in the deck, and my Prime Catcher, so I could 2-4-6 my opponent by not even KOing Grimmsnarl once and just taking a bunch of KOs on stuff like Frostlass, on stuff like the Monkey Dory, even this Badoo, unless they sit under item lock another turn. They get down another Snow Run, which they attach the energy to Badoo, and they're going to go TM Evo. Okay, but then I'm under item lock, so now I can Techno Radar, and they go Boss's Orders, even though I've got free retreat, so they just kind of wasted a boss there that didn't really do much for my opponent. That's fine. Right? Now, if I top deck Iron Hands, there is a world where I could go Pokemon Catcher this turn. Although, do I just go Iron Crown? If I go Iron Crown, I could take a KO on Badoo and get some extra damage done on something else. But then they can Monkey Dory more damage around, and I really don't want to do that. I get Techno Radar. Wait, that's actually, like, so massive. It's not even funny. Now, okay, what's the best way for me to do this? What does Pokégear get me? If this is Boss's Orders... No, because I'm swinging for 70 with this guy, which actually is a KO and Snow Run, so I could go... Actually, you know what? We're going to Techno Radar away 1 energy. I'm going to check if Prime Catcher's in the deck. Definitely going to take out 2 of these guys. We're going to need them. Prime Catcher is in the deck. Okay, we actually do have a KO, right? Because this guy... We can't boost the damage with Cobalt Command to Iron Crown, but I do have Future Booster Energy Capsule attached, which means that I do have a 2 prize play lined up here as well. We need to go Prime Catcher, Future Booster Energy Capsule for sure. And then we're going to bench both of these hands down. I guess I only really needed to take 1, but I don't mind getting the 2. I could have Artisan just to then 1 more Miraidon out of the deck, but I feel like that's kind of a waste. I do want another Iron Crown down just to boost the damage a little bit more. I think here we go for the Generator. We fail it. That's fine. I mean, I kind of expected to fail it, in all honesty. We're going to attach the energy to Iron Hands. We're going to put a Future Booster Energy Capsule, because I could see us needing the damage buff, and we're taking 2 prize cards here, so Heavy Baton might be a little less valuable. We're going to try to close out the game. I'm going to bring up the Snow Run. I'm going to throw up Iron Crown so that I could Twin Shuttles for 70 because we're swinging harder with the Future Booster Energy Capsule. If my math is not insane, yep, there's the extra 20 there. I was like, I don't know how the damage counters are going to look. We're going to take 2 prize cards, which is really all I care about. I don't care if they get a Grimmsnarl out this turn and take out a Iron Crown. Could I set up an Ampy very much play? It's really not likely. I'm going to need a Pokégear into research. I'm going to need a research into Rod and a generator or two. And then I'm going to need to hit at least one of them for two. Or between, I'm going to need to hit 2 energy out of them. And then I'm also going to need a Iron Bundle play. So they're actually, I might need a Rod back the Iron Bundle too and just take up a Pokemon from their bench. That sounds pretty miserable the more I think about it. I mean, it's still possible. It just doesn't feel all that great. If nothing else, though, I do have Miraidon to go into. So I think I promote the Iron Crown and just pivot into whoever's needed for the turn. Heavy Baton, I guess we could see some value in. How many... I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 Future Booster Energy Capsules played. I should have one more plus Baton. They're going to put some damage down on the Iron Hand, so now it is within KO range. Of the Grimmsnarl, which is something we have to watch out for, but that's okay. I mean, we can do that. We'll promote this guy just because we don't know where the retreat attacking option is yet. And we are going to take it for turn. This is all assuming I could hit research off this gear. We're going to go Town Store here. Definitely going to take out the Future Booster Energy Capsule. Just throw it on the single prize Miraidon. And then this guy will get the Baton, I guess. Let's hit the gear. What do we got? What do we got? We got Arven. Okay. So Arven could get me, what? Arven could get me another gear, or it could get me Electric Generator and Baton. I mean, what are the chances that I hit the 2 energy off this? Would it even matter? I don't think it would matter. I think actually just setting up damage with Miraidon would be better, and we're swinging for 80 damage, which really isn't a lot. So maybe I do take gear here, and I dig for a research or a boss. That does feel way safer, to be fair. And then I could attach the energy. I do what, 1 to each? Right? I think what I do here, put the energy here, and I throw 2 down on this Iron Hands. Because then if this guy gets KO'd, we move all the energy to this guy. And this guy's set up for the KO, so I'm less worried about losing the 1 energy. That feels a little bit better. Let's go Peak Acceleration. And they're going to heal a bunch of damage off with the Monkey Dories. I mean, whatever, so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. They could heal 90 damage this turn. That's actually crazy work. But, I mean, hey, that's what we got lined up for us. We're going to get 3 energy down on the Iron Hands with Heavy Baton. And then we got a Pokégear in hand, which should hopefully help dig us out of this hole. Now, they could Monkey Dory 60 damage so far. Now a full 90 damage off their active and leave themselves with 10 HP. 10 damage done to them. And they could put all of it down on the Iron Hands. I mean, that's pretty smart, I guess. Or maybe just 2 of them. You put 60 damage down on Iron Hands so it could get KO'd from Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Do you even need the next 30? I don't know. It's really like, do you have boss's orders? If you have boss's orders this turn, we're in a rough spot. If you don't, I mean, we could probably figure something out, right? You've played 1 boss. You could totally have a boss. I wouldn't be too shocked. Yeah. And you go Super Rod. Okay, so you got 2 cards left. You play the Super Rod. Ew, this is tight. This is tight for sure. Oh my god, this deck is way more stressful than I thought. This is why I don't know if I'm a future box player. I feel like it's always just such a hard fought battle for every single match, which is fun. Like, don't get me wrong. But I mean, it puts you in some weird situations. Like, we were up 4 prize cards, and now it's like, I don't even know if I can close this one out. They're gonna take a KO. They're gonna set up this Iron Hands to get KO'd with just Monkey Dory damage at this point. I mean, it's got 110 HP. Oh my god, yeah, they literally could KO it next turn. Okay, we'll go in here. They win next turn, actually. They Monkey Dory all the damage off themselves onto this guy. Shadow Bullet, we get Boss. Does that get us game? No, because we're literally 1 energy short. Right. If I had Ampy very much here set up, like if this energy was on this guy, or if we just, I guess, set him up, period. But, like, we didn't. We played it as safe as possible. I don't think I have any tools left. I'll check just in case, but I should be down everything. Yeah. So we'll just shuffle the deck up. This Pokégear needs to hit absolutely everything, and I get another boss's orders down. Okay. I mean, hey, you know what? You're down a ton of energy, right? You're down 2, 5 energy. I could bring up the Frostlass and just pray. Right? Because I feel like that's the only thing I could do that doesn't just ruin me. If I bring up Frostlass, you need an energy to retreat, which is probably possible, but I mean, whatever. And then maybe I retreat into a single prize Miraidon. Assume you have the retreat and you can take the KO. See what I'm thinking, right? This is going to be an insane play. Could you get KO'd from... We have 110 HP, actually, so the Monkey Dories cannot KO me. You need to kill me with damage from an attack. This is going to be nuts, but hear me out. How much HP do you have? 130. Perfect. Okay. I want them to KO this Iron Hands. Just give it to me. I'm not going to... Oh, actually, do I Arm Press? Take one prize card. Because then you have to KO me. I'm not putting extra damage on board. I'm just taking one prize card. But then they KO the Iron Hands, the Heavy Baton procs, and then I get the other Iron Hand set up. You know what? Let's Arm Press for 180. Let's take a prize card. I'll give this to you. Should I have taken out the Morgrim then? Probably. I don't think I realized I was going to Arm Press. Maybe I should have done the boss on like Monkey Dory or something. Now we just took out the Frost Lass. And I get an Arven, which is actually a pretty cool card to get. You're going to promote Grimmsnarl. Did I accidentally give you game? I don't think so. Because you got no extra damage in play. You go Secret Box for Boss's Orders. Oh my gosh. Are we down 0-2? We might be down on 2. Dude, I feel like yesterday's video, or 2 days ago's video, because we're on the every other day schedule with work and school is just the best I can do. And yeah, you got the Boss's Orders for game. I mean, that's going to wrap it up for match number 2. It's an unfortunate way to go down. I was hoping they would KO my active, move all the energy to Iron Hands. You got Counter Catcher as well. Good night. All right, well, good match. See you all in match number 3. Welcome to match number 1. Honestly, we open up with a pretty decent hand here. I think what I want to do is Techno Radar for sure. Definitely get some cards active. It's just, what do I discard here? Nothing feels too amazing to discard. I could get rid of one Future Booster Energy Capsule, but we saw having all 4s, honestly, so nice. I do want to keep the energy just because energies... I play one Rod, man. I'm not trying to get rid of those. I think we just bend the Capsule and just... We keep that in mind as we play through the rest of the game. And then I think we want to take the, Miraidon for the early setup and the Iron Hands. I could get more crowns later. Especially off this gear, right? We hit our gears. We've had pretty bad luck with them so far. Then we'll go Generator, see if we hit. We get an energy. Okay, that's fine. And then I could manual attach some Miraidon, just in case, because it's not a guarantee that I'm going to be able to get another gear, Generator, and then set up the Iron Hands, take a KO. We're just going to pass it on over to my opponent. They're playing Charizard. Definitely a deck I'm scared of. That's for sure. Now, if they play Pidgeot, that is an ambi very much KO for 3 prize cards that I just cannot wait to take. I feel like we've had a really rocky past 2 videos, and I feel like I need some luck to go my way on these next couple. I get the Artisan down, so it's like I never should have taken Miraidon in the first place, but whatever, here we are. This is just how we roll. And they're going to get the Duskull down. Now, that Dusknoir is going to cause some problems, but hopefully it could help us more than it could hurt us. They got the energy on their active Charmander, but I don't think there's an ideal retreat play, since they would just give me another Charmander, which then would have no energy. They're just going to Blazing Destruction, get rid of the Stadium. I'm going to go for the retreat KO on their active, and I get the Boss's Orders. That feels pretty awesome, actually, in case I do whiff the KO on Charmander. What do I get? Nothing. Cool. All right, well, let's retreat. I'm swinging for 60 damage. Which means we're going to promote Miraidon, smack the baton on the Iron Hands, and I think we always go boss KO on Pidgey. They're going to need another Pidgey at some point. I do not want them to have Rare Candy Pidgeot. Well, I have a 0-card hand. I'm just going to take the 2 Electric Energy, smack them here. And you know what? This is fine enough, I guess. It feels like boss is the only supporter I can consistently get. I feel like my researches have been dodging me the whole day. An Iron Hands out of the prize card is a pretty good card to get. I hopefully... No, they get the Charizard here. Oh my god, they got Rare Candy Charizard. I was going to say, I hopefully... Can they get rid of Iono? No, I need you to play that. I was going to say, keep Miraidon this turn so I can get one more Peak Acceleration off, but no, they got Rare Candy Charizard like that, which, hey, I mean... That's how it be sometimes. Now, good to know that they had Rare Candy Pidgeot in hand, because they had the Ultra Ball for Charizard. So they could have gone Rare Candy Pidgeot. They might have had the Rare Candy Charizard after that. So I am definitely happy I took out the Pidgey here and kind of left them with a somewhat dead board state. And they're only swinging 210, which does give me a little bit of time to figure my life out. And we're swinging for 180 damage this turn with the Cobalt Command. If they KO my active, the energy will get moved to a different Iron Hands. I mean, this is as good as it gets, I feel like, for us in this situation. We're going to top deck Research. Oh my god, I was already talking about how you, my sweet prince, have been avoiding me. And I draw into quite literally every single energy I could have potentially drawn into. I mean, that is annoying, but hey, whatever. I'm going to keep the Mute in hand. There is a good chance I'm going to need that. I'm just going to attach the extra energy to Iron Hands. I'm going to Techno Radar and bid an energy here because I might need both these Pokemon. I'm going to take a double Iron card. I mean, honestly, I guess maybe I should have manual attached that to the active, right? Because then I could have gone Iron Bundle for 2 prize cards. But you know what? I really like a swing on Charizard. If I could take out Charizard for 3 prize cards, I'd take... Oh, that feels so good. Let's take out Iron Bundle now, though. If they want to go Boss KO on Iron Bundle, go Boss KO on Iron Bundle. That is... Or do I hold it? I just boost the damage a little bit more. I do a Boss. I kind of like holding the bundle until I need to play it, right? And then what I do here is go Arm Press for 200. And then next turn, this is obviously, I mapped this out. I was like, wait, why was Iron Bundle not the play here? Because I'm trying to amp you very much Charizard EX for 3 prize cards. You go, Iono. No. Well, actually, no. God willing, no Defiance Band. You're not KOing my active yet. You got a Charmeleon down. I'm not too scared of a Charmeleon just yet either. And you go Burning Darkness. Yeah, man, we got Ampy very much for the big KO. The big 3 prize cards. And Town Store. Oh, we love it. What do I got off the Arven? Speak to me. I'll take the Arven here. I'll take the Arven any day of the week. I want that Techno Radar. I'm not going to use this I'm not going to use the Pokégear. I do like the Town Store. Do I need a tool this turn, though? I don't think so. So actually, maybe I just hold it and see if they got another stadium that's going to annoy me, such as like a jamming tower or something like that. We definitely need to play the Arven, though. And I need to go Techno Radar, Future Booster Energy Capsule. If I Techno Radar, what do I get rid of? I could get rid of a second Iron Hands. Or the third Iron Hands in my hand, because I'm only ideally going to need 2 in this matchup. Right, and I could rot it back if nothing else. I could go Twin Shot. Is there a better card to get rid of? I cannot get rid of the Psychic Energy. I need to attach 4 KO. I need to keep the Prime Catcher. I could get rid of the... Honestly, I could get rid of the Capsule. That's a gamble, though. Do I need more Pokemon down this turn? Actually, I literally don't need to Techno Radar either, because it's going to do nothing extra for me. So let's just amp for 3. Drop back down to 2 prize cards, and then that feels much better. I should have game, assuming they KO my active in hand. Then actually, I forgot to select. Okay, yeah, right. Because hear me out. They go KO my active. Annoying. 3 energy go to Iron Hands. Prime Catcher, give me the Duskull, and then we take the Duskull. Do you have Charizard Duskull in hand? Actually, it would be kind of annoying if you did all that. You could take a 4 prize card turn, because if you take Dusclops, you KO my active, and then you take Charizard, you evolve, and you KO another Pokemon, and that's actually literally the world's most annoying thing. And you got a Pidgeot. Wait a second. Hold up. Curse Blast, take out the active. Go on, take your 2 prize cards. That was not a Charizard you took. Or am I going insane? No, that's a whole Pidgeot. And you're going to give me a prize card. Oh, man. I get a Miraidon down, but I'm not going to be able to play it yet, so I'm going to have to give them a 2 prize Pokemon, and if they have Charizard, they do just KO it. I'll just give them Iron Crown, I guess, and now my Heavy Baton didn't work because I wasn't KO'd from damage from an attack. My whole play, it's gone. I'm just allergic to good luck today. That's all it is. And then you swing, and you have 1 prize card remaining. And from my understanding, I have no great way to make it out of this one. You swung for insane, copious amounts of damage. How do I do this? I don't think there's a single way I do this. I think at this point I do just lose. There's not one Pokemon I can promote. Oh my god, we went 0-3 today. Oh yeah, maybe Future Box is in the play. I mean, we can do as much thinning as possible, right? Just to see. I can't set up Mew this turn, no, because Generator doesn't go to Mew, neither does Peak Acceleration, which then would leave a single prize Pokemon in the active spot. Let's just, what else is in the deck? Let's just thin it all. Could I even hit a Generator? Would it do anything? Am I doing this for any reason? I'm not entirely sure. but I'm gonna try, I guess, to set up. You know what? I'll take the research. Let me go generator. We whiff. Story of my life today. Attach, play, research. Do I even get... I get one more generator. Could I amp you very much one more time? No, I could just arm press, and they swing for insane damage. Yeah, it's gonna be an unfortunate end to today's video. Oh boy. Well, yeah, we'll just give up there. I mean, that's tough. Ah, man, wow, that was pretty abysmal. I don't think I've had an O3 video in a minute. I don't even know what to say, other than I guess I was wrong and this was not the play, so I apologize. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. That's impressive. You must really like listening to me, yeah, because Lord knows today's gameplay wasn't necessarily the world's best gameplay. Yeah, thanks for staying around. I appreciate you. With that being said, go check out the Battle VIP's podcast. Much better videos there, apparently, than today. And, yeah, with that being said, stay epic. Peace.